Taylor Hawkins wasn't just a drummer. He was a musical explosion in human form, a whirlwind of blonde hair, sweat, and soul. He was the guy on stage who looked like he might rocket straight into the stratosphere if he hit that snare one more time just a little too hard. You didn't just hear Taylor Hawkins play the drums, you felt him, in your chest, in your bones, in the part of your soul that still believes rock and roll can save your life. To the casual fan, he was the blonde dude keeping time behind Dave Grohl in the Foo Fighters. But to those who looked closer, Hawkins was something more. He was the beating heart of the band, the wild child who somehow managed to give chaos a rhythm. His story wasn't just about fame or drums or stadium lights. It was about survival, scars, and the unrelenting drive to feel alive. And man, did Taylor ever live. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, and raised in California, young Taylor wasn't exactly rock star material from the jump. By his own words, he was the fat, dumb kid nobody liked, not exactly the origin story you'd expect for someone who would one day share stages with Queen and become best buds with Dave freaking Grohl. But Taylor had something no playground, bully could touch, a dream and a drum set. He fell in love with music, not because it made him cool, but because it made him free. While other kids were chasing touchdowns or trying to survive algebra, Taylor was pounding drums in his bedroom like his life depended on it. And maybe it did. Music was his escape, his therapy, his weapon against everything that made him feel small. Before Foo Fighters, Taylor was already making waves. He toured with Sass Jordan and then Alanis Morissette during her Jagged Little Pill explosion. Remember that MTV video of Alanis rocking out with a drummer who looked like he might spontaneously combust from sheer joy? Yep, that was Taylor. And he killed it. But even then, fame wasn't the goal feeling something real was. And for Taylor, drumming was the most real thing there was. Then came the call that would change everything. Dave Grohl, post-Nirvana legend, needed a drummer for his rising band, Foo Fighters. Imagine being asked to join a band led by that guy, a drummer himself. That's like being asked to cook for Gordon Ramsay or write a poem for Shakespeare. But Taylor didn't blink. He didn't just take the gig, he owned it. The bromance between Dave and Taylor is now legendary. These two weren't just bandmates. They were brothers from another mother. Watching them on stage was like watching best friends goof off, if goofing off meant launching into thunderous rock anthems that made arenas quake. Taylor didn't just play behind Grohl, he danced with him. Their energy fed off each other like fire and gasoline. But even the brightest stars burn at a cost. Behind the scenes, Taylor wrestled with more than just drum fills. Childhood trauma, pressure, addiction, they never really left him. He once overdosed and ended up in a coma for 2 weeks. Most people might take that as a cosmic sign to slow down. Taylor? He got up, brushed it off, and got right back on stage. Rock and roll, baby. But here's the thing. Hawkins wasn't a cautionary tale. He was a human one. He lived fast, yes, but not out of recklessness, out of love. Love for the music. Love for the fans. Love for that moment when the lights hit, the beat drops, and everything else disappears. Taylor didn't stop with the Foo Fighters either. He fronted his own bands, Chevy Metal, Coattail Riders, Birds of Satan, because one outlet was never enough. He covered Queen songs like he was born in Freddie Mercury's shadow, and maybe, just maybe, he was. He sang, he wrote, he experimented. He played music like he was still that awkward kid in his bedroom, chasing something bigger than himself. On March 25, 2022, in Bogota, Colombia, just 1 hour before the Foo Fighters were set to perform, the music stopped. Taylor Hawkins was gone. The news rippled through the music world like a punch to the gut. Fans wept, friends mourned. Dave Grohl, his brother, his co-pilot was shattered. It didn't feel real. Because how could someone so alive suddenly be? Not. But even in death, Taylor's energy didn't fade. It multiplied. It surged through. Tribute concerts, memorials, and every fan who ever picked up a pair of drumsticks because they saw him smash a set on stage with his whole soul. The Taylor Hawkins tribute concert brought together icons from every genre to celebrate a man who gave everything he had to music, and then some. This isn't just a story about a drummer who died. This is about a life lived loudly, unapologetically, and full of wild joy. It's about friendship, especially that beautiful bromance with Dave Grohl that reminded us rock bands could have real love at their core. It's about pain hidden behind smiles and stadium lights. And it's about passion, the kind that never takes a day off. Taylor's legacy isn't just in his music. It's in the way he made people feel. He made drumming cool again. He made being goofy cool again. He made feeling cool again. Whether it was the thunderous rhythm on Best of You, the playful chaos of a Chevy Metal gig, or the aching sincerity of a solo album, Taylor Hawkins was always real. So, if you're the kind of person who gets goosebumps watching a Foo Fighters concert, if you've ever air drummed in traffic like you're playing Wembley, if you know that rock isn't dead, it's just louder in your heart, then you're in the right place. Here at HollywoodVibeLine, we're all about celebrating icons. Like Taylor Hawkins, we go beyond the headlines. We dive deep into the legacy, the stories, the heartbreak, the hilarity, and yes, the music that shaped generations. If you're into Taylor Hawkins, Foo Fighters, Taylor's death, Taylor Hawkins tribute, Chevy Metal, Medicine at Midnight, Dave Grohl, 90s rock icons, Coattail Riders, or just discovering what made this drummer so unforgettable, you've found your tribe. So smash that subscribe button like Taylor smashed his drums. Stick around, laugh a little, cry a little, and keep the music alive. Because legends never really die. They just take a drum solo in the sky.